So what if self-care was something that we thought of as not a luxury, but a must-have? And I'm not talking about bubble baths, although that would be really nice. What I mean is actually taking time out to think about what we need at all levels of ourselves. And that's a lot deeper than just a bath. Part of that is really starting to get to know what's actually going inside us. So I'm thinking our nervous system, I'm thinking our habitual thoughts, I'm thinking about all the things that are happening that affect how we not just feel, but also how we show up, whether we're showing up as our true selves or not, whether we show up in integrity with ourselves. Now, why this is so important is it doesn't just happen instantly. It's something that builds up over a long period of time. For some of us, that's months. For some of us, that's years. And it's only once we've actually got there and we look back that we can sort of start seeing how all those choices, all those things that we didn't do, all those times we pushed through, all the times we prioritized everyone and everything else above ourselves, and how that all started building up into that state that we end up in. And I've been there at least once, possibly a few times. And when we combine that with all our hormone shifts, all our everything that's going on in our lives right now, because that's the life stage we're in. We've got perhaps children, we've got perhaps parents we might be caring for or worrying about, careers, businesses, identity shifts, all the things. And they all add more and more pressure to what we're currently going through. And that's why that self-care as a holistic maintenance practice is so important, as is actually putting in place some checks to make sure that we're not going overboard with our giving practices. Now, in a recent podcast episode, I spoke with Shannon Swales, who's a clinical psychologist, and we talked about 3 types of compassion, 3 stages. I can't remember exactly the terminology, but the first one, which we as women are exceptionally good at, is that compassion towards other people. So giving that compassion out. What we're not so good at is the other 2 forms. In fact, for some of us, we're really crap at them. And it's really important we start changing that. So one of those is receiving compassion back. So when someone actually wants to help us, is not saying, no, I'm fine, it'll be okay, I've got it, is actually receiving it. And the third one is actually showing ourselves compassion. And that means we're not putting ourselves last behind everything, including doing the dishes. It means that we are actually saying, what do I need to give myself? And that might be in terms of how I'm thinking about myself. It might be in terms of how I'm protecting my energy and my boundaries. It might be perhaps a bubble bath or nice underwear, which I always think feels nice, because I don't have to share it. It just makes me feel happy. Those kind of things. And they're really important because we can't give from an empty cup. So if we're not looking after the other 2 forms of compassion, the incoming and the within, then we can't keep giving out because we run out and we start falling apart. And we don't want that. So perhaps this Christmas, your biggest gift is going to be to yourself by giving yourself some breathing space. Thinking about how you nourish your body and nourish your soul. What's that going to look like? How's that going to feel is the big thing. How is that going to feel? Not just now, but going forward. So have a think about what are some small rituals that you can create. So why I say that is we can do small things and then we stop doing them. If we create a ritual or a habit out of it, it starts to sustain us because we're sustaining the practice. So have a think about what you can start doing for yourself and also the kind of help that you can accept coming in. And the more we practice those, the more balanced we become with our compassion. Have a lovely Christmas break, and I hope you do take the time out to look after yourself.